Oh boy. We have fun. Yeah, so what did we learn from the story, children? Bill Murray's an asshole. She's in her 80s, 90s, whatever, fucking let her die.
What's the Hold-Up?
Hello and welcome to What's the Hold-Up? I'm Zach.
And I'm Heather.
We had a little bit of a hiatus last week, but we are back better and stronger than ever before. Today, we have a first on What's the Hold-Up. We are going to, over the course of the next 2 episodes, do a little head-to-head competition versus dealio, where we are going to look at the 2 Ghostbusters cartoons that existed in the late 80s, early 90s, and figure out which one holds up better. You would assume, off the bat, that it would probably be the Real Ghostbusters, because it's very widely regarded and loved and whatnot. However, let's not totally count out Filmation's Ghostbusters, because there's something to be said for how well absurd comedy and whatnot has come forward and into the mainstream, and you can't get much more absurd than a fucking 2 guys, a gorilla, a talking bat as a sidekick, and the dude's girlfriend from like 3,000 years in the future. Goodness. Literally named Futura.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if after watching that we're like, fuck, I could watch more of that. Let's get rid of this fucking Real Ghostbuster shit. So, quick introduction for those people that don't know. So basically, the Real Ghostbusters is based on Heather.
The movies, the Ghostbusters movies with Bill Murray and Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd and
the black guy,
Ernie Hudson.
That's his name.
Sorry, I almost called him Winston, but that's his name in the show.
Yeah.
And in the movie.
Yeah, and then Filmation's Ghostbusters is actually based on... I call it that just to separate it between, the real instead of just saying the Real Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters, unofficially a lot of people just consider it that, because it was, get ready for this, made by Filmation. The same animation company that made Bob's Your Uncle. What the fuck? He-Man and Shra. Shra. How did I not call it that Shra to be funny?
Okay, Shra.
Shra. Oh boy. We have fun. Good times.
I think we say that every episode.
I think we've said that one other time, actually.
I think maybe two other times.
Anyways, so there were 2 Ghostbusters cartoons. I don't want to get into the big... I want to do each story for each one in its respective episode. So for now, I will just very quickly gloss over for anybody who's wondering why there were 2 Ghostbusters cartoons. One is based on the Ghostbusters movies from Columbia / I think now there's no more Columbia, right?
No.
There is no Columbia, only Sony.
Yeah.
I believe Sony. It turned into Sony or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the Filmation Ghostbusters series is actually based on a live-action Ghostbusters television show from the 70s. But without getting too much into that, Heather, if you would bring up on your magical little pocket computer device.
Yes.
If you would bring up the Real Ghostbusters, please.
So the Real Ghostbusters ran from 1986 to 1991. I thought it ran longer, actually.
That's 7 seasons.
I know.
Wait, I can't read. I can't count.
No, that's not 7 seasons. That's 5 seasons.
It's 5 years.
That's 5 years.
I thought I remembered.
Yeah, 5 seasons.
No, 7 seasons.
No? Oh, yeah. Okay, 7 seasons.
Yeah.
But either way, like, I just feel... for my childhood, anyway, I feel like it was on for a long time. You know, repeats.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that show aired in rerun on...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let's see, when we were children...
For, like, ever.
This is going to be
For a long
local,
time.
specifically to Massachusetts and New Hampshire, but wasn't it on 56? UPN. Was it on 38?
No, you're right, 56.
Yeah, WLVI 56
WLVI Kids Club.
It was channel 6 for us. I don't know what it was for you.
I think it was channel, like, 12.
See, for us, it was always 6, and then UPN was 8. Which, I love that you still call it UPN.
UPN, yeah.
You know why I love that? Because I go earlier than that. I think of it as WTV 38. Or whatever. UPN. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. That was horrible.
God.
The WB and the UPN.
You can tell we've hardly ever left New England.
Yeah. Well, you know.
That's so sad. Anyway.
You went to Old England for a while.
I did go to Old England for a while. Not long enough.
No.
Not nearly long enough. Anyway. So, the summary for it is the continuing adventures of the staff of the Ghost Removal Service. That's the dumbest
Who the fuck wrote that?
Yeah, who the actual fuck wrote that? Because that's a
the
garbage line.
The continuing adventures of the staff of the Ghost Removal Service.
I mean, it's straight and to the point, but I don't know, it's kind of...
Well, I love how it's the Ghost Removal... Not a Ghost Removal Service, it's the Ghost Removal Service. So anybody else who thinks that they remove ghosts, fuck you guys, because there is only one the Ghost Removal Service.
Yes,
and apparently,
absolutely.
It is run by the Ghostbusters.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
So,
the tagline, ready? They're here to save the world again.
I thought you were going to say they're here, they're queer, get used to it.
Oh my god. They're here, they're clear, and they're dead. Ghosts.
Did you say clear?
Clear.
Because you can see through them because they're ghosts. Ah, that was good. Hey, Macarena. Yeah, so obviously one of the few, well, let's see. I think cartoons when we were kids existed for, one of two reasons.
To sell toys.
Either... Okay. They all existed... Okay, let me rephrase that. They all existed for that reason. But they had one of two origins, is basically what I was going to say. One is a toy company made it specifically for it, the toys, or B... I said one and B, didn't I? Anyway, it doesn't matter. And...
None of this matters.
And B... It doesn't matter. None of this matters. And B...
They came from movies.
They came from movies. Ooh, it came from the theater.
Oh, goodness.
To run amok on your television screen.
Sure. The movie monster.
This summer, the cartoon of the movie.
Oh my god. It's true, though.
Yeah.
It's to
Rated CP for couch potato.
It was basically to, like, appeal to kids who probably couldn't even see the movies.
Well, I was going to say, what's great is, I mean...
Like RoboCop.
At least that was one of the few ones that was based on a movie that, kids could have seen.
Could potentially
RoboCop cartoon, fucking Rambo was a cartoon. Yeah. Did you know, I didn't know this until a couple of years ago, although it makes a lot of things from when I was a kid make sense, actually. But we were, like, this close, and for all of you who can't see this, which is everybody because I'm not fucking videotaping it, my fingers are very, very close together. We came this close to having an Aliens cartoon.
Yeah.
Which would explain the Aliens toy line. Because when I was a kid, I was like, there are alien toy lines. There are alien toy lines. Well, there are multiple now. There was that's not right, it's an. There was an alien toy line. And each of the alien toys came with mini comic books. And it very much seemed like it could have been a cartoon.
Yeah.
And I guess it was going to be, and I forget why they didn't. Clearly it couldn't because the subject matter was too adult, because, again, fucking RoboCop.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we digress. So Ghostbusters was obviously a natural choice.
Yes.
For a cartoon series.
Absolutely.
And so, it would appear that they made a Ghostbusters cartoon, and
we loved it.
And we loved it. So, there we go. End of podcast.
Yeah, done.
No.
It's a wrap.
A couple interesting things. One is Heather. Who was the original voice of Peter Venkman on the Ghostbusters cartoon.
Garfield!
Yes.
Lorenzo Music.
And apparently, Bill Murray complained.
Yeah, well...
Bill Murray complained because it didn't sound like him. Now, so who took over after Lorenzo Music?
I just read this. I forget now.
Cut it
out!
Oh,
yeah, Dave Coulier. Yeah, who doesn't sound like Bill Murray either.
He does a Bill Murray impersonation in the episodes, though. I want to watch one. I want to watch one of each of those at least, so we can give it.
But I definitely, you know what? I never noticed a difference.
Oh, I did. Oh, I did
didn't
very
when I was
much.
Younger.
No, because the original. Well, no, because you remember from watching the Garfield specials recently, not just when you were a kid, but recently. You know how Lorenzo Music sounds.
Oh no!
And
I know.
No. I have a point to what I'm saying. No, I know you remember both, but what I'm saying is you have heard Lorenzo Music more recently than you've heard Dave Coulier doing his Ghostbuster thing. And what I'm saying is I think when you go back and watch it now, you will notice a huge difference. That's all I'm saying. Because given that we've watched Garfield more recently, that's all I'm saying. Because, like, you know how he's got the I can't even do his voice.
Yeah.
The monotone. And then Dave Coulier was definitely doing he was trying to do like a, I don't know if it was a Bill Murray, but he definitely sounded different because, you know, like Lorenzo Music be like, oh, Slimer, I'm so mad that you slimed me again. Or whatever, you know, and Dave Coulier's like, oh, hey, Spud! What are you doing over here? You know, like, he had that, like, you know, Dave Coulier-ish voice. Coulier-esque voice. Dave Coulier.
Good God.
Oh, that went off the rails.
It did.
Where were we? Oh, so anyways, and then what's the ironic thing, though? So Lorenzo Music started out doing Peter Venkman's voice.
Yeah.
And then he died.
And then Bill Murray became Garfield.
In the movie, so that's a really fucked up little coinky-dink there.
So Bill Murray's a dick.
Yeah, so what did we learn from the story, children? Bill Murray's an asshole.
Yeah, Bill Murray's an asshole that got Lorenzo Music fired from a job because he didn't like his voice.
Yep.
Because he sounded like Garfield.
Well,
and then what does he do? He goes and plays Garfield like an a-hole.
Well, I guess Maurice...
P.S. I love Bill Murray.
Yeah. I guess Maurice LaMarche, who you may know better as the Brain...
He's the one that does all the Orson Welles impressions, too, right?
Yes, he did, fuck me. He did Egon.
Yeah.
So he's the guy who did Egon, and apparently he couldn't think of any way to do it, so he did
his impression of
Harold Ramis, and I guess Bill Murray was like, oh, Harold's guy sounds like him, my guy sounds like Garfield or something. That's how the whole thing started.
He was Garfield.
I can do an amazing Harold Ramis impression.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear it? You ready? You ready? Alright, this is me.
You're gonna be
doing Harold Ramis.
You're gonna be an asshole.
Circa 1917. You ready?
Oh, 1917?
What did I say?
You mean 2017?
What did I say?
You said 1917.
This is me.
Harold Ramis was
so this
born.
is me doing Harold Ramis circa 1917. Oh, we gotta bust the ghost. See one little. No, okay. This is me doing Harold Ramis circa 2017, okay? You ready? Here's my impersonation.
You're terrible. Too soon. You're the worst.
And I'm done. Did you like it?
I hate you.
That was good, huh?
I hope he haunts you in your sleep.
Me too. That'd be fucking awesome. That'd be fucking awesome for two reasons. One, it's fucking Harold Ramis.
Right.
And two, it would be proof that there's an afterlife, so I could just fuck off and do whatever I want, not worry about dying. It'd be great. So yes, I hope that happens as well. Please haunt me, Harold Ramis.
I hope he haunts you in a bad way.
No, my luck it'll be fucking Lorenzo Music. Hey, remember I was on Garfield?
That's awesome.
But yeah, so Heather, what do you remember the most about the Real Ghostbusters?
Well, I remember that Slimer got a name.
Yep.
Because Slimer
didn't have a name in the movie.
Did not have a name in the movie.
No, and he was just obviously a bad guy in the movie, but...
Well, he wasn't necessarily a bad guy. He was kind of a nuisance.
Yeah.
But he wasn't out to hurt anybody, really.
Well, whatever.
He never actually hurt anybody in the movies.
But he's still a dick.
Well, yeah, he's a dick, but...
He fucking messed up all those hot dogs.
Well, he wanted to eat them.
But that's the thing, they fall right through him. So all he did was just fucking mouth jizz on them.
I know,
with his fucking ectoplasm.
Yeah. Speaking of
ectoschmegma.
Ectoplasm, Ecto-Cooler
Calm down.
was so good.
Yes, Ecto-Cooler was amazing. We all know that.
Still so good.
Yes, Ecto Cooler. Oh my god, it's like
forever.
80s in a box.
Yes.
Tastes so good.
Yes. It's my childhood.
Hey, you know what else is like 80s in a box? Harold Ramis, circa 2017. It's like my childhood died and got buried.
You're going to hell, going to hell in a handbasket.
Probably. Now Lorenzo Music will be down there.
Why?
I knew I shouldn't have eaten John's lasagna and kicked Odie so many times.
Oh my god.
Anyways. So what did you say what you remember about the cartoon? Oh yeah, the Slimer and all that.
Yeah, and I remember, Egon looks nothing like Egon from the
I was
movie.
gonna say that. He's got that weird fucking
that
cream
blonde,
horn fucking...
weird cone.
Yeah, that weird...
fucking head.
It does. It looks like a... You know cream horn pastries? That's what it looks like.
I love cream horns.
Yeah, it looks like a fucking cream horn pastry. And they all had, like, different colored jumpsuits. They were like the Ninja Turtles, I guess, so they could tell them apart easier.
But, I mean, you could already tell them
Yeah,
apart.
all their hair and everything.
And Ray was like a kind of a slob.
Yeah, and he was a little chunkier.
And chunkier.
And Venkman just looked cooler. He didn't look much like Bill Murray at all.
No.
But I guess that's because they were worried about getting likeness rights and whatnot.
Yeah. But, I mean, they really changed Egon, though.
A lot, yeah.
Like, a lot. I don't know why.
I don't either.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand it at
were
all.
they afraid that, like, they had two brunettes and, like...
I guess.
Like a black dude, so they were like, oh, we gotta get some, like, hair diversity in there and throw
he had white hair. No, it was white. It was pure white. Platinum, whatever. And not only did he have the cream horn fucking pompadour shit in the front, he had a little fucking rat tail in the back. I don't know whose idea this was.
Oh, it was awful. It was like hipster Egon. It was so fucked up.
Oh, man. Weird.
I think the only person that looked like they kind of looked in the...
Don't
what?
say it. What?
How they kind of looked in the movie? It was Janine.
Oh, okay.
What'd you think I was going to say?
Nothing. I thought you were going to say Winston.
No,
Right.
I was actually... I meant Janine.
Okay.
Because she actually looked fairly close to what she looked like in the movie.
Yeah, she was way hotter in the cartoon, though.
Well, yes.
Way hotter than Annie Potts was in the movie.
Well... And there was no Louis Tully.
There was.
Was there?
Later
there
on.
was, yes. Yeah. You're right. You're right. There was later.
Because he had a Ghostbusters outfit like he did in the second movie. Yeah, after the second movie came out,
they put him in.
They changed Janine's hair.
I remember.
And, do you remember they also gave Slimer his own cartoon?
Yes. Slimer and the
the last couple seasons, I think. It was called The Real Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters. And ran for an hour.
Yeah.
With 1/2 hour with Slimer with completely different animation. Really shitty animation.
Yeah, it was kind of...
and he had to fight like a mad scientist and a cat and some other shit. Maybe we'll check that out too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to get a good variety of
And I remember the toys.
The toys were amazing.
I think it was Venkman, and you would press like a button on his back or whatever, and his head would like... It would look like he was, like, screaming really loud. Like, his head would go up, and his mouth would be like,
yes, they were scared. They were frightened or whatever.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, they had the original ones, just looked like them when they had little proton packs. Because me and my brothers had every single fucking iteration, and I'm not kidding you, because I'm going to go through the list of what I remember. We had those. Yeah. Then there was, like, the frightening friends or whatever, like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So the one I remember is you squeeze Egon's arm and his tie flies up, and something else happens. Ray, his eyes bug out. Winston and I think Peter did the like head getting open. Yeah, someone's tongue comes out for something. So there was those two. Then they had this one where you had to. So I think one was like on their back, one was on their chest. Might have been like arm or something. No, I think it was both. They were all like back or chest or whatever. But so they had these ones where it came with a ghost that you had to plug into this area on them and wind it up with the ghost. Yeah. And then they would like either their head would spin around or their arms would spin around.
Yeah, I remember.
So there was those 3. Then there were all the different ghosts that came out. We had a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yes.
We never had Slimer for some weird reason. They came out with a bunch of Universal... like, there was a werewolf guy. We had that. My favorite, Phantom Flusher. It was a ghost toilet. It was a haunted toilet. And when you ran it across the floor, like it would like the toilet seat would go up and down, and the eyes and the mouth would go.
Yes. Oh my
but
god.
when it was when it was down though, this was the best part of it though. When it was down though, it was the only toilet you could have for like action figures. Well, seriously, no one comes with like a, so you could have all your action figures, you know, do pee-pees and poo-poos in like the toilet, and you know,
take a dump. In the fire station.
In the fire station. I had the fire station as well.
Fire station.
So
I never had the fire station.
Oh, we did. So another funny thing about that. When I was a kid and I wanted the fire station, we didn't have it. I built one out of a cardboard box. I shit you not. I cut little windows out of it. I tried to draw the Ghostbuster symbol on it and open the... Oh, I was fucking all in on Ghostbusters. We had all the toys and shit. But so, I loved that cartoon so much. But yeah, so, then we finally got it. And I remember it was cool because there was the fire pole thing. It was actually like there was a twisty spiral around it, and then there was a like a platform, and it wasn't a slide. It was a platform. It would like spin going down.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. My cousin had it.
Yeah.
And
well, there may have been a slide also. The thing I'm talking about was that
when I would go over there, we would play with it.
Oh yeah, and that was the de facto base for all of our guys because that was the only thing that we had. It wasn't like we had an actual play set for everything.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I did have the Ewoks like Endor like play set, but I don't know what happened to that. So when I was a bit older, then we had the everybody hung out in the firehouse. The Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, a couple of X-Men toys. Maybe a few Dick Tracy figures, Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Because I had a Robin Hood Prince of Thieves figure with an actual firing bow.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. But anyways, so all the toys were great. What was I gonna say? Oh, and they had so many vehicles. And I remember we had those too. So there's the Ecto 1.
Yeah.
We had that. The Ecto 2 is a gyrocopter type thing. Ecto 3 was a hot rod. Then we had, I can't remember what it was actually called, but it was a Volkswagen Bug. And I don't want to say it transformed, but it kind of like, you know that thing that, I'm going to try to describe this in a way that doesn't sound like I think you'll know what I mean when I try to describe it. That thing, you know how they have cars they call like low riders or whatever? Okay, you know how they're on like the hydraulics?
Yeah.
Alright. So the car was more like you pressed a thing and the chassis or whatever you call it, the shell, like rose up and you could see a mantis underneath kind of thing. Oh, it was awesome. We had that too. For some reason, it's so funny because I remember as a kid, I never had Castle Grayskull. I never had a lot of the ships from my Star Wars guys. But Ghostbusters, for some reason, my parents bought us everything. Except for fucking Slimer. I still don't know why. I don't know why we didn't have a Slimer.
Because your mom doesn't like Slimer?
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, so the toys were great. Do you remember anything about the cartoon? Like what, aside from everybody looking different, any episodes, anything stuck with you all these years?
No.
Anything fucking terrifying?
Fucking terrifying.
I guess not, because this would have been like that very first thing, I would think.
Didn't they have a bad guy as however you want to pronounce it, Samhain?
No, his name was Sam Hain.
Sam Hain.
And that is why, to this day, I pronounce that the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because his name was Sam Hain, and he had a pumpkin head.
Right.
And, like a, whatever, underneath, like a ghostly body or whatever. Like a tattered, like, sheet kind of body. Yes, Sam Hain was one of the guys. But that's not who I was referring to. No, fucking the Boogeyman. The Boogeyman was in a couple episodes. I'm gonna guess you don't remember, because if you remembered, you would have been like, holy shit, that fucking thing was terrifying. It can't just be me that's terrified of this thing, if anybody remembers it. It was like this giant fucking head on like a little body thing, and it like, there's an episode where he keeps coming in this kid's room at night, and Winston has to sleep in the kid's bed and pretend to be a kid. Or one of them does, just to trick him, and oh man, fucking scary shit. And then, oh man, I just remembered the other one that scared the shit out of me was this cartoon like genuinely frightened me when I was a kid. The episode with the Sandman. He wanted everyone to stay asleep or whatever, and like in their dreams. I remember his voice was like wicked freaky.
I remember that one.
I remember there's a couple. I don't know. I remember a few. Oh, do you remember the one? There's another one that I remember. It was the Headless Horseman, but he had basically he had adapted with the time, so now he rode a motorcycle. I don't know if ghosts can evolve, but it did.
Yeah, why not?
I remember that one, and there was one baseball one where Winston, one of the few Winston-centric ones, he was like a huge baseball fan, and there was one where he got to play baseball against like all these monsters, like in the underworld.
Huh.
I don't know. I think that's all I remember specifically.
Yeah.
That, and the weirdest thing, I don't even know what episode this would possibly be in, or what it had to do with, but I remember there's an episode where everybody's super hot. There's a heat wave. Remember when that was a fucking, like, a plot point back in every TV show, every cartoon? Oh, it's a heat wave, and nobody could ever afford air conditioning, apparently.
Yeah.
But so everybody's super hot, there's a heat wave. I don't know if there's just no air in the place or what. But, Egon comes in a, like, full fur coat. And I forget what, everyone's like, oh, you're an idiot. It's like 100 degrees out, you're wearing a fur coat. And Egon has this whole scientific mumbo-jumbo about something about insulating the cool, like keeping the... I don't fucking know, but anyways, basically, then he falls asleep really quick.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anything else you remember? Or?
No.
No?
No, I wish I remembered, like, specific episodes.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm excited to watch this, though.
Yeah, me too.
It's been a long time.
It's gonna be great. I can't wait. And then, alright, so do we have anything else to add before we go,
No.
check it out? So what are we gonna do? We're just gonna do, like, a smattering of episodes like we do sometimes, right? Alright, so I thought about asking people, what they thought the best episodes were from the series, but, because it's a very beloved cartoon, but then I realized I don't want that. I want it to be, you can't just cherry pick the best episodes and be like, oh, that holds up. It should be whatever. So, I mean, we'll probably do like we normally do, pilot, end episode. I would like to do at least one episode of the Slimer cartoon. And at least one Lorenzo music versus one Dave Coulier.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll see what we see. And we will come back and let you guys know how it holds up. So, let's go watch Ghostbusters.
Alright. After these messages,
we'll be right back.
Ghostbusters! If it goes bump in the night, we'll make it right.
There's something weird, and it don't look good.
It didn't matter how obscure we got, didn't matter how weird we got. We were allowed to do anything and everything we wanted to do.
We did a lot of creepy stuff that kids hadn't seen before, and I'm kind of proud of that.
A hero's work is never done.
2,000 years ago, October 31st was the end of the old year.
The fan base is huge. I mean, I've gone to the Comic-Con as well, and people want to talk about Ghostbusters. Because who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
Oh, come on! Oh, did somebody sneeze?
Don't go away! No! Don't peck my eye, you weirdo! Go away!
So we're back.
Hey!
You fucking weirdo.
Yeah, that's me.
Ugh.
You know what this show needs? More triangles.
Yeah, do you have something to hit it with?
Hold on, I'll find something.
I have a nickel. Here, nickel. Okay, I call this meeting of the What's the Hold Up crew to order. Roll call. Zach.
Heather!
And Zach.
And Heather again! Hey!
Mr. Tubbs. And Juniper Jim. Oh my god, I told a story. Hold on, I can cut this out of the podcast. I told a story earlier today about pirates to Grayson
Oh,
and
no.
you wanted me to put pirate kids in it. I was like, yeah, sure. There was Peg Leg Pete and Peg Leg Peter and and Peg Leg Peg and Peter Leg Peg. The less said about her, the better. You don't want to know about Peter Leg Peg.
Peter Leg Peg. And then, what is wrong with you?
And then I had a part with the captain's like, hey, wait a minute, why are these kids missing their legs? And then the other pirate's like, oh, don't you remember, Captain, how much you love to play leg bingo on Tuesdays? He's like, oh, our leg bingo be my favorite game.
Oh my god, what?
Oh, we have fun. Anyways, so Ghostbusters, I actually might keep that in the podcast because it was too fucking good. Alright.
Who are you gonna call?
Schmashers.
Not this show.
Not this show, no.
Okay, well, no, that's not fair. The first couple seasons are okay.
So, right off the bat, yeah. The first couple episodes that we watched were great. We watched a bunch of episodes from the first season because they happen to be apparently all the memories I had of this show are from the first season, like right in a row. There was the Boogeyman one, the Sandman one, the Sam Hain one, like all in a row.
Yeah.
But of course, we like to get a sense of the whole series.
Yeah.
Netflix did not have the last two series for some odd reason.
That's
it
okay,
also didn't have any of the Slimer shows. Because near the end of its run, it became Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters. Much like, you know, Fonzie and Happy Days and all that. Right. Like, it's always in Urkel on Family Matters. The stupidest character, for some reason, becomes the most popular.
Right.
And overshadows everyone. But
like Jar Jar Binks and the Jedi.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, that would be amazing, Jar Jar Binks and the Jedi. Like in episode 2, if instead of like instead of George Lucas minimizing his role because everyone hated him, like all the kids loved him, so it became like
the Jar Jar Binks show.
It became Star Wars Episode 2, Jar Jar Binks and the Attack of the Clones.
Binksy and the Jedi. Adventures of Binksy and the Jedi.
Binksy and the Jedi Cats, long robes and lightsabers for hats. Binksy and the Jedi Cats!
Lightsabers for hats would be really painful.
No, you idiot! They're blade up! Blade up!
Okay.
Not blade down!
But what if they bend over to, like, tie their shoe or fucking pull their pants down to take a shit?
Jedis don't wear pants or shoes.
They don't shit?
They wear robes.
They don't bend,
shit?
They don't bend their head down?
But they don't have to. They can tell them kinetically take the shit out of their ass and just send it willy-nilly over to the toilet and plunk it down there.
That's gross.
Well, you know...
That's some fucked up shit. Literally.
Whatever. Anyways. But yeah, so, you know, Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, and so it became an hour-long show where half of it was Slimer and it was stupid animation. I think we might have said this first.
Yeah.
For half the podcast. But anyways, so we went to the latest season that they did have, which was 5.
Yes.
And, boy, Jesus Christ.
This is not good.
The show got bad. It's like expired milk. It went
out.
You might as well call the show expired milk because it went bad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, fuck that.
I take back any indication that I gave that Lorenzo Music was anything less than exemplary as Peter Venkman.
Yeah.
Dave Coulier fucking sucked as Peter Venkman.
Noodle.
And I'm not like in a part of the like Dave Coulier haters club or anything.
No.
I don't have a membership. I just mainly because I forgot to pay my dues last year, so I forgot to re-up in time. You can only join in October or whatever, so I gotta wait till next year. But anyways, that's not even the point. But the point is, it's not like I have this like hate boner for like Dave Coulier, where I'm just like, oh, hating you makes all the blood rush to the head of my penis. Because that would just be fucking weird. But no, he's not good in that role.
No, it's really sad.
Fucking Bill Murray should have fucking kept his fucking mouth shut. Is what should have happened.
For real.
If he fucking steps to me, I'll shut his mouth for him. I'll be like, Bill Murray, you done.
You fucked up
just fucking
gig
sit
for
down.
Lorenzo
Yeah, you
Music,
fucked
you
up.
asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Now the fucking Lorenzo Music is dead, you piece of shit. You can't take that back. You can never take it back. Fucking Bill Murray. God damn it.
But we love him.
But we love him.
We do.
Fucking love him to death. Oh my god, it's such a horrible relationship. It's an abusive relationship. Every time we think we're out, he pulls us back in. Oh boy. But yeah. So
Lorenzo Music was Garfield was a better Bill Murray.
Much better
than Dave Coulier.
Oh my god, yeah, Peter
Christ.
Yeah, Dave Coulier sucked.
Oh my god.
In fact, that second half of the series, way too many changes. First of all, Slimer was in there like talking up a storm and being a part of every fucking
like
adventure.
Fucking Elmo.
Well, no, he sounded like Frank Welker doing.
I know, but he kind of sounded like Elmo to me.
A little bit. Well, because Elmo's more like...
It's like that baby talk, that high pitch.
Well, yeah, but it's different because Elmo's more like... Elmo's more like, hi, it's me, Elmo. La 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 la, la 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 la. Elmo's with... And Slimer was like,
yeah. So Slimer is if Elmo and Krang had a baby. And...
That is accurate.
Okay. Yeah.
And throw in a little bit of I was gonna say throw in a little
Bobby
bit of Howie Mandel is there.
Yeah.
Into the sauce, the primordial.
Or what was it, generic?
Sauce. Yeah, generic.
Bobby generic.
But yeah, so it was a little different.
Only so slightly.
Yeah, well, that Frank Welker's not a child molester.
Not a fucking magician.
Yeah.
Only so many voices he can do.
Did you hear what I said?
I did hear what you said.
Kevin Clash is allegedly a child molester, so I'd have to give it to Slimer on that.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring it to Serious Town. Let's take a trip back up to Funnyville. I'm on a roll tonight, kids. These are the jokes. Wienerville?
Yeah. You remember that? Wienerville?
Of course I remember Wienerville with Mark Wiener.
Mark Wiener.
What's in Wienerville? Yeah, that was great. Big heads on little bodies. That's an amazing show.
We should do that.
Wienerville?
Yeah.
I'd love to do Wienerville sometime. Anything with wieners, I'm game. That didn't sound gay, right? Not that I cared. But it did.
Totally.
Oh, god damn it. Alright. Well, anyways, so... Oh, yeah, so, lots of changes in the second half of the series. Take two. Lots of changes in the second half of the series. None of them good. Janine's whole fucking aura was changed. Her whole look, everything about her, voice.
Yeah.
And then there's a fucking weird episode all about it, where she has a fairy godmother?
Or it was a fairy god siren.
Oh my god, that was so fucking weird. They had, draw, a thing on the chalkboard. It was so self-referential. Instead of just having it be a new character design, they're oh, look at her. She's got a different height, different voice. It's so weird.
Doing all these changes to impress them. Specifically Egon.
Oh, I know. That was weird that her and Egon...
Yeah, wasn't it?
Especially since they had introduced Louis Tully to the show. Because even though she was into Egon in the first movie, they switched it over to Louis for the second movie. With that horrible haircut she had.
Right.
Yeah, I can.
Alright, sorry about that, folks. We were recording from the wrong microphone. I mean, we have our microphone plugged in, but we didn't realize that it was using the laptop's native microphone until it was too late. So I'm going to do what I can to make that audio gold. It's actually audio shit, but the content is gold.
Comedy gold.
Comedy gold.
Comedy gold.
Comedy
audio
gold,
shit.
gold. Comedy gold. Comedy gold.
No,
gold.
no.
No?
Don't do
Not
that.
Oh, okay, sorry. Please don't sue us, Scott Ackerman. But yeah, so we're going to do what I can
like
to...
you said God Ackerman.
Well,
hell.
really. He produces every fucking thing on Earwolf, so yeah, pretty much. Try to listen, hopefully you can shut it off through that.
Sorry guys. We suck.
Sorry
about that. Back to what we were talking
reality.
about, which
Whoops,
was
there goes gravity.
Janine and the fact that, they were having her, like Egon again instead of Tully and whatnot. That's what we were talking about.
It was just I don't know, the show got shit-y.
Oh, God, yeah, it was awful.
It's really shitty. And it sucks because the beginning... the beginning episodes we watched were so... I was amazed at how good they were. They were really good. And I didn't realize that J. Michael Straczynski worked on that show, creator of Babylon 5, and I know him as a comic book writer.
Right.
He's the guy who wrote Brand New Day, a very polarizing Spider-Man story, and by polarizing I mean everyone hated it, but he liked it, I guess, because he wrote it. No.
Duh.
Well, it's really Aunt May gets shot, and I don't mean this at all to sound callous, okay?
Yeah.
But Spider-Man goes to every fucking wizard and magical character that he knows, right? and they're all like, basically they pull the same version of fucking Fixed Point in Time where they're on Doctor Who, where they're like, oh, I can bring back other universes from the brink, but I can't save her. Sorry, she can't be saved. So he finally makes a deal with the devil. Well, nice. Mephisto, but Marvel's version of the devil.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this either.
So to save Aunt May, and this is where I don't mean to get callous, but she's in her 80s, 90s, whatever, fucking let her die. And this is why I say that. No, this is why I say that. She had a long life. You know what he gives up?
I don't know.
He gives up ever having met Mary Jane, who at this point he's married to and has been married to for like, I'll be generous and say like 10 years in their time or whatever, or 5, whatever. Yep. So it goes back to like he's never met her and he's a bachelor again, and it like resets the like status quo and brings it back to like pre like 90s Spider-Man. It's really weird.
Stupid.
But yeah, I mean, I hope giving up the love of your life was worth it so that your fucking geriatric aunt can hold on for a couple more years.
Right.
But yeah, so J. Michael Straczynski, I mean, he's a good writer for Ghostbusters, I guess.
Yeah.
But
for
yeah, so
early episodes.
Yeah, that shit was good. The
fucking great. Which one was the pilot? The
pilot was the one with the ghost No, what were they called? Ghosts Are Us.
Ghosts
with
Are
the ghosts
Us.
that are pretending to catch.
Yes.
Themselves
the three
or whatever.
ghosts. The giant baby ghost and the parents.
That was weird.
That was weird, but there was some funny shit.
Yeah, no, it was good though. And then, like I was saying, the Boogeyman one. Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
The
Boogeyman one is great.
Do you see now why I was saying that scared the shit out of me when I was a kid? That was a legitimate scary thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Him and the Sandman one, they were creepy.
Yeah, the Sandman one was
But the
weird.
Boogeyman, especially with his fucking little goat legs and shit.
Oh, I know.
And Egon's like, he was in the... what did I have notes? Oh, so I was wrong. Egon's hair was yellow. Why I thought it was white, I don't know.
It's definitely blonde, though.
So I'd like to talk a little bit about Arsenio Hall and what I think. Here's my approximation of what happened and why Ernie Hudson did not get the job. Okay? I'm assuming Ernie Hudson, very good actor that he is in the things that I've seen him in. You know, The Crow, Hand That Rocks the Cradle, Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2. Okay, so I'm only seeing him in like 5 things. But anyways, in all those things he was good, though.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't say he's in any way particularly defined by his skin color in any way, like the way he acts or whatnot, you know. So I would say he probably went in there and was reading Winston as
he was
Winston
playing
in the
Winston.
movie. And for whatever reason, the people that made the show decided,
we don't want Winston.
We don't want that Winston. You know, Winston's colored black. We want him to act black. The only reason I say this is because Arsenio Hall as Winston, everything is like, oh, what's the haps, man? Oh, what you talking about, brother? You know, and I'm like, just like, oh, okay, that's why he got the role, I bet. Because the executives who made the show, which without even checking, I'm willing to bet were 99% white and male, were probably like, that's how a black man is supposed to sound. That's what we want you to do. And Arsenio Hall, I don't blame him, because at the time, this before the Arsenio Hall show, he was probably still a young and hungry up-and-coming comic. Was probably like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do that.
Yeah.
If it gets me a paycheck, you know.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm assuming must have happened. That's the only thing I can think of. Because why else would they not have gotten Ernie Hudson? It's got to be because they wanted him to sound blacker. Because now that watching it and hearing the way he's talking and everything, and you're just like, oh, okay,
right.
Like, I don't even know if they had enough political correctness back then to have told him like, sorry, we need you to be more urban or whatever. But you know that what they meant was they wanted him to sound like a black dude. Fucking ridiculous.
We want you to be more hip.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Hudson, you just simply sound like a human being. Could you sound more like you're defined by your blackness? Yeah, could you be more cartoonishly black?
Jesus.
I'd rather not. That's fine. Don't call us. We'll call you. Arsenio, get in here, please.
Yeah.
Now, while you're doing the voiceover, we would like you to smoke these cools. Yeah. Smoke these menthol cigarettes and eat this. I swear to God, if you say it, I'm leaving. Oh, okay, sorry. Just the cigarettes then. That's fine. Fine. Marjorie, ixnay on the watermelon way. Get out of the office. Well, that's not me being. I'm making fun of the guys that are making the show, just so we're clear.
I know what you're doing.
But yeah, so the show definitely did not as it went on. And I was reading on, I have no way, because, you know, I pride myself on this show, as I've said many times before, of not doing much research. So I don't know if I'm assuming on IMDb and on the facts thing, right, or the like trivia thing, anybody can write that, right? Isn't it sort of like, so I don't know how true this is, but the thing I was reading was that despite the show being successful from the beginning, they hired the producers hired this outside firm to help them make the show more marketable. And so it was their decision that they were like, well, Slimer's your best character. You should market him more to the kids, and you should take out any scary images, and you should soften Janine and all this stuff. And then when they did all that, apparently the show went to shit. Not just to shit, but apparently the ratings went down too. Yeah. Like, so...
As they should.
Yeah.
Because it was garbage.
I'm pretty sure I think the reason that the first season was so good and why why kids liked it originally is because it wasn't, much like Batman the Animated Series, it wasn't, like, other than Slimer was there and whatnot. Thank you. It wasn't pandering to children. Yes, Slimer was there, but he was, you know, more of a comic. He wasn't their sidekick.
It was spooks without being, like, super spooks.
Yes. What?
Like, it was, you know, cool and scary without being as scary to kids as, like, the actual Ghostbusters movies.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So spooks without, like, super spooks.
Okay. Spooks without super spooks. That could be a t-shirt. All right. So...
Patent pending.
Yeah.
By Menon.
So, what else did I have? Oh! I forget what episode this was, but I also wrote down... There's an episode... One of the episodes we watched, at one point they go, freeze! Ghostbusters!
Oh, yeah.
They're not the fucking cops. You don't get to say freeze Ghostbusters.
I think that was...
What the fuck?
I think that was the Boogeyman episode.
Yeah. They can't... Freeze Ghostbusters. What?
Freeze. Yeah.
Fuck you. If I was the Boogeyman, I would have pulled out my boogie wiener and just pissed all over him.
Read him his ghostly rights.
Yeah, read him his ghostly rights. I want my ghost lawyer.
Yeah, you have the right to shut the hell up and get in this trap.
The other thing...
Boom.
I have rights, you know. Yeah, you have the right to shut your fucking mouth and shut your fucking trap and get in this fucking trap. Or I'll make you listen to fucking trap music.
Jesus.
And then you'll be fucking trapped in the closet with Trapper John, MD.
Oh my god.
And the He-Man villain Trapjaw.
With a Trapper Keeper. That's what the trap should be. It's a...
The trap should be just a Trapper Keeper? Or just all those traps and traps and traps? Like Trapception.
No, the containment unit should be called a Trapper Keeper.
Oh, okay, yeah. That actually makes a lot of sense. Okay. Got it. The other thing I wrote down, because this... I was thinking about this. Watching this when it was in syndication must have been like watching, like, when you know the Stooge Marathon is on like New Year's, and you're like, oh my god, please be a Curly, please be a Curly, and you're like, please be a season 1, please be a season 1, and then you hear fucking Dave Coulier, and it's like getting a shemp.
And
like,
it's Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, you see Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, and you're like, oh, it's a fucking shemp.
Yeah, it's a shemp. Slimer's a shemp.
Pretty much, yeah.
Aw, poor Slimer.
That should have been fucking in Alanis Morissette's ironic song. It's like when you want a curly and all you get is a shemp. So, should we read some reviews?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's review time, time for the reviews. That's our new review time song.
Yay!
If you have something better, send it to us.
Yes, make us a song.
And we'll shit. I'm just kidding. We'll play. Make us a song.
Make us things.
Mr. Sandman, make us a song. Dung, 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 dung.
Alright, you want to read
Put
first?
Put lots of poop in and maybe some dongs. Dung, 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 dung. Because we're 12 years old. We are not mature. Not even sure if mature is a worder.
Oh, God.
Mr. Smash Man. No, sorry, what were you saying?
I said, do you want to read first or do you want me to?
You can read first if you want.
Okay. Alright. This is a user review. It says, who you gonna call? This cartoon! Yay! And it's from Red Dragon Hero 17.
Ooh, my favorite.
From 2008.
Much better than Red Dragon Hero 16.
Right?
And Red Dragon Hero 15 we don't even talk about anymore.
The worst.
Yeah.
Anyway, alright. I loved this cartoon as much as the movie, except for the Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters part, with only the Ghostmaster's Revenge as an exception. Sure. I love the dark and spooky theme the first 3 seasons have. Mm-hmm. I bet you any amount of money that there are some episodes that would frighten even older people. Thankfully not in the gory and bloody manner. Like the episode Mrs. Rogers' Neighborhood. P.S. The quote started at Mrs. Rogers' Neighborhood and it never ended. There's just a quotation. Look, there's a quotation mark and then it never ends. That's great. Like, Mrs. Rogers' Neighborhood, where the customer is a ghost that possesses Peter, that the other busters need to make an extremely risky move. Does that make sense?
No.
I loved the Sandman episode and Egon's Dragon, but the one episode I loved the most would have to be Ragnarok and Roll, about a man with a southern accent who gets a flute that can bring about the end of the world, and his fiancée and Quasimodo partner must convince him, and the Busters must battle the demon in the sky. Watch this show and have the time and pride of your life. What?
I think this dude's on drugs.
What just happened?
I don't even know.
That was like one giant run-on sentence, basically, with periods in it. But still, like, it was just, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't even know.
I'm gone. Alright, go.
Dear God. Okay. This is not quite the movie, but passable. By Lee Eisenberg, parentheses, lee.eisenberg.pdx@gmail.com, end parentheses, I. That's a really fucking weird username. Alright. When I was 3 and 4, I used to... You know, that time where I broke the laws of, like, quantum mechanics, and I was 3 and 4 at the same time. When I was 3 and 4, I used to watch the Real Ghostbusters on TV. So I was surprised when I learned that the Ghostbusters movie was live action. As for the show itself, it's okay. Although now I wish that they could have had Dana Barrett, Sigourney Weaver's character from the movie, as a character. It seems that Egon was always getting turned into something creepy. A monster chicken, a warlock, etc. I still wonder why the Slimer was on the Ghostbusters side. The Slimer. On the show. Maybe my favorite episode was the one where they got transferred into a ghost version of New York, although that one where they got stranded on the haunted island was also neat. All in all, not great, but a pretty cool part of TV history. So just, who are you gonna call? And then,
the asterisk.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, so there was an asterisk after, I was surprised to learn that the Ghostbusters movie was live action, so down at the bottom. The first time that I watched the movie, when I was 7, it scared, okay. So we watched the show, he watched the cartoon when he was both 3 and 4, but he didn't watch the movie till he was 7. First time that I watched the movie when I was 7, it scared the hell out of me. I was a little thrown off when I saw that it wasn't a cartoon, and by the fact that it was black and white. What? The lion statue threw me off even further.
What is he talking about?
And after the woman saw the ghost in the basement, I could only interpret the movie as horror. When it was over, I never wanted to watch it again. I watched it again. I watched it again when I was 9. Well, clearly he got over that. I watched it again when I was 9 and thought that it was one of the funniest things that I'd ever seen. As for the black and white part, it came out black and white on the tape when my parents taped it. Their only explanation is that the tape was haunted, in which case that was the perfect movie to record onto it. Dear Christ. I want to do one other review because there's one that's like barely a paragraph.
Yeah.
That I like. To Be a Kid Again by Dave Has No Time for Any of This Bull. That's his username. I wish I could go back and see this show again as a kid, even though I do act like a kid at times. I loved the interaction between Peter Venkman and Slimer. The goofy Ray was always funny for his good old boy attitude, and Winston and Egon were always there to provide insight. This is one of those series I'm going to one day get on DVD so I can feel like a kid again while eating ice cream all day long.
Because, you know, when you're a kid, you eat ice cream
all
all
day
day long.
I was just going to say, this dude, no offense, but this dude's parents must have been fucking shitty.
Yeah.
Like, nobody gets it.
You know
when you get to eat ice cream all day long, if you so desire, when you're an adult. You can't do that shit when you're a kid.
It's expensive.
What? Not just expensive, but what fucking parent lets you eat? I'm talking about, even if it was just once, what parent's like, oh, you can just eat ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner tonight? No. No, because that's the thing. Well, I don't know. You might
when you're
not
a
have.
grown-ass adult, you can eat ice cream whenever you want.
When I was a grown-ass adult, that was one of my favorite things. It's like, I can eat ice cream for breakfast because I'm an adult. I could never do that when I was a kid. Right? So, fuck this guy. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
So yeah, take that.
Exactly.
Dave has no time for any of this bull.
Yeah, you know what, Dave? I have no time for any of your bull.
His bowl of ice cream.
No, I said bull,
I
not
know.
bowl.
I know. I was making a joke. Bowl of ice cream. Get it?
You're a turd. Anyways.
Takes one to know one.
I hope you die. Just remember that I know when you're sleeping.
Ditto.
Yeah, well, let's try and see
and
who can stay
awake.
up later.
I know if you're being bad or good. So be good for goodness sake, because I'm fucking Santa Claus.
No, why did you had the great opportunity to be like, because somebody's coming. Whoa. Good show. Oh,
dogs
Christ.
and cats living together.
Mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria.
No, I think the best line is still from the second one. So what are you saying, Mr. Minkin? You're saying that blah, blah, blah. Kitten, what I'm saying is sometimes shit happens, and who you gonna call?
Kitten.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it. So, Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, the realist Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Heather, what do you think on whether or not this show holds up to this day?
You know, I gotta give it a half and half, because it's like half the show is good and half the show is garbage.
We didn't watch anything from season 3, but we'll say we can at least speak for season 1 and 2 hold up, definitely.
Yeah.
Seasons 4 and 5, and I can only assume 6 and 7 do not hold up.
Total junk.
So I'd say watch the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then just stop.
And then just stop. Just don't
shut
watch
off.
anything
Just don't
else.
watch anymore. That would be my recommendation.
Unless you want to, not listen to us.
Right.
In which case, you're dumb.
Yeah, why are you listening to the show?
I'm just kidding. In which case, go ahead.
So so the first
and then we can say, I told you so.
Right. So the first 2, but I hate to say I told you so.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyway, so are we in agreement, half and half?
Yes, we are in agreement.
Yeah.
Half and half.
Right.
So half of it holds up, but does that half hold up better or worse than the other Ghostbusters cartoon? We will find out next week on What's the Hold Up when we review Filmation's Ghostbusters cartoon.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Zach.
And I don't know.
And when there's something strange and it don't look good, who are you gonna call?
Dave Coulier.
Dave Coulier.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Who said what?
What?
Did you say what?
Peter, I'm trying to work.
Say what?
I didn't say what.
Who did?
Did what? Say what? Man, I didn't say a word.
Ray, are you all right?
I think that I shall never see a poem that lovely as a tree. Yeah!
Good, he's all right. Once upon a time, there were 4 Ghostbusters who had a job to do, only couldn't do it because one of them wouldn't go to sleep. The end.
Anybody got a match?
Yeah, Ray. Your face and my...
Peter, where are you? Peter?
I'm right here. Where are you?
Hey, man, stop kidding around. We're dealing with a serious ghost here.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Is that snow?
It's artificial. Mr. Hurst liked winter.
Is that sunset real?
This ride is a joke. Ghostbusting is nothing like this.
Take it easy. It's just a ride.
But you didn't ask permission?
The kids love it.
But I hate it and will sue you.
Oh, look at him. Isn't he cute? He wants to be a Ghostbuster.
thing, the monster, it's here, only it's different.
Peter, calm down. You're babbling.
What word don't you understand, Egon? Thing, monster, or different?
You will be visited this night by 3 spirits.
3 more? I'm not sure I can stand it.
The first will come at 1, the second at 2, the third will come whenever. Huh? That should do it. And now, sometimes I think the universe just waits for me to get cocky.